this is Yusuf channel. Last time I explained, so I tried to overcome three hardships like a quest story. So I could ride on the airplane to London. So first, so I came to London. So I expected, I dreamed he might come or not, but so of course he couldn't. And so I went to the hotel and also I visited his office, but he was not there, and his friend so introduced me the secretary's place. The secretary was working at doing the volunteer activity at the Central Mosque. So I had visited his secretary. So she was working and helping the drummer, so teaching the drummer at the Central Mosque. And after finished her volunteer activities, I asked her whether I could meet Yusuf Islam or not. So she said, so she'll ask Yusuf. So later, she called my hotel, and so it was 1988 at the time of Paris Olympic in Korea. So the next Saturday, it was maybe 27th August. So she said, there is a meeting at the Central Mosque. After that, Yusuf Islam is okay to meet me. So at the time, so on the Saturday, so I went to Central Mosque. So because I'm a Japanese, I'm not familiar with the Muslim world, but the people was so gently and accepted me. I didn't wear the Muslim wear like this kind of white jacket or long one pieces, but they welcomed me and accepted me to enter. So what I was surprised was, of course, they wore Muslim wear. So man was white Muslim wear, and also woman is black Muslim wear. So they introduced me the place. There is a meeting place. So the door was different, men and women. So in the middle side there is a big screen, So we cannot see, man and man cannot see each other, and also only the lecturer we could see from both sides. So, oh, this is such a Muslim world. So I understood, and also when I entered, there finally Captain Stevens, Yusuf Islam came. Because he didn't enter women's part, but because his aura was very big, I felt his coming. It was a very big, green, big aura I felt. And also women's part, so his wife, and at the time he had 4 daughters, and with none. It ended. So, and also the girl was at the time maybe 8, 7, 5 years, and also the 6 months baby. So the daughters were very beautiful and also well educated. So before the meeting, so they divided each person to the cookie they made. So I think their manner is very good. They're very educated. And the meeting was about the Islamic situation, the Islamic situation who had visited at Jerusalem. So he introduced and showed us the video. So after that, after finishing that, the secretary recommended me you should ask his wife, so can I meet her husband or not? So following the Muslim rule, So I asked his wife for their, and I came from Japan, so can I meet with your husband? And she accepted. So after the meeting, so we went to uh, a smaller room. So following the Muslim room, so Yusuf Islam and his wife and I myself, so sit on the triangle formation. So I asked, and because his wife was in front of me, so I couldn't speak freely. So I should select my word very carefully and very politely. I introduce myself. So I'm blah blah and I'm from Japan. And he said, "Oh, Japan, far away from Japan," Yosef Islam said. And why I came here was, so I got a message from God and I had to tell you. So I came from Japan, and he asked, "What's the content? How did you get?" So I explained, and the content was, so living in religious life is good, but so your original mission is artist. So through your music, you could influence your influence a better world and testify God and influence good influence people, so to make a better world. That is your original mission. So I was received from God, so I came far away from Japan to tell you. Suddenly, his wife cried awfully. Oh, it means you will become idol again. So I felt, oh, she doesn't know what Cat Stevens was doing before. But I said, seriously, sincerely, motivation is important. What for is important. If you do by yourself, and if you want to do to get the money or to be famous by yourself, but motivation is to testify God and to testify truth. It is good. I try to persuade very seriously. And also now at the time he became 40. So, and he said, oh, 40 is very important age. Now, so you should do something. So, and Cat Stevens also accepted, yeah, 40 is very, very, very. But when I see his eyes, so I felt, oh, he had been stolen, or his treasure, musical heart, is found very, very deep in his deepest bottom of his soul. So I felt, so Yusuf Islam at the time is not the Cat Stevens anymore. I couldn't find something at the time of Cat Stevens. So I drew this picture. This is a hidden treasure. So we talked on many things. But suddenly, I don't know how to say in Muslim word, the music, the sound, so noticing us the time of prayer, so we have to do read. So Cat Stevens, Yusuf Islam went first floor, men's prayer room as a gym, and also women's side had to go half like a loft behind the man, and also like a loft places. So I went with his wife, and on the way, she told. So he came my house. It was a fast. She explained their meeting, and also they began to pray. So at the time, so nanny holded their youngest daughter, 6 month daughter. So I tried to play the same, but in between the daughter cried. So I asked the nanny to shall I take care of her? Yeah, and she agreed. So I hold it to her, and and she was very cute and also jumping on my knees. So and at the time, so I felt good to Mercy, though I couldn't, of course, marry him. So I couldn't have his child. But finally, so in front of God, and I'm holding his daughter, and also Yusuf Islam is playing in front of me. So I felt at the time God's mercy. And after that, so I felt, I saw. So at the time, they're gathering donation for something. So all the elders' daughters had gathered. And also, I donated. And the third one, so mother is going to put into together, but the third daughter, so argued, I want to keep mine. So the mother, his wife, so to a little bit, and also laid and mended to her daughter's size and counted so very carefully to understand the daughters and paid back. So as the same mother, so she's a very clever so mother to take care of children, very good. At the time I had so 2.5 year son and also 1 year son. So as a mother, so she's very clever. So I felt, God gave him so very clever, religious wife. So I felt very easy. So after that, when we were going down to the hall, I asked her, how do you think? Can I see him again? So his wife Fozia said, many people want to see him. So I felt she softly denied. So I said, okay, so thank you so much. I will go back to Japan. So finally, my meeting with real Yusuf Islam, Capital Stevens was ended. So I came back to Japan, and also my husband was very good. So he greeted me, so accepted me as I had nothing to do, and he never mentioned about them. So yes, this was a real story. So thank you so much. So next time, so I will talk another thing after 10 years. Thank you for watching. Please have a good day.